for robotic companions, I think that we are going to see a big uprise in said beings or I guess robots within the next 10 years. Mainly because we're starting to see it already on I would say on the consumer side. Xiaomi, one of the world's largest electronics manufacturers, they're really big in Asia. They have it's called a cyber dog. Which is a robot dog. It jumps, it does backflips, it has cameras, it listens to commands. And it's not like before when Sony came out with Aibo in the early 2000s, late 90s, and you had like this dog that mimicked a real dog. The cyber dog is a being that does what you think a cyber dog would do. And I think, this is generation 0, Gen 1 of this technology. I think the same ways we walk around with laptops and phones, I could see a lot of that changing. Whereas if you had a robotic companion that, could project and do your FaceTime activities for you, or that could make your calls and beam the calls to your AirPods or headset, that makes a lot more sense to me. It'll have longer battery life. It'll have a lot more utility and use cases. And it gets us away from having 6 devices on us that all do the same thing.
Right. So you're believing that these robotic pets, if you will, that are like dogs or cats or dinosaurs, they can move around. They can follow us around, and they can be our smart speaker. They can be our telephone. They can actually perform a lot of the functions that our devices do. Is that what you're saying?
For sure. So, it's not that crazy, right? Because I think it's going to start in the house and then it will move on. So it's not like you're going to see robots at the mall tomorrow. But, I mean, a year ago, Amazon came out with their drone. Remember their surveillance drone where it's like a flying, it's a flying camera, essentially. And if it notices something weird, it flies to where the audio-visual disruption was. That was a year ago. Today, Xiaomi has the cyber dog. Hugh Harrison has his Dino Don robot dinosaur. And, tomorrow, I think the technology comes to a place where it's not much different than a Google Home or an Alexa, where, the average person knows what the proverbial use case is, but that's going to be expanded upon as it goes.